So welcome, and getting ourselves comfy. And maybe there's a little wriggle. We're going to sit for a few minutes, so maybe there's a few little shoulder wiggles and a spine wobble. And for the seat, if your knees are falling out nice and happy, that's great. If the knees are up here, maybe sit up on a block or a cushion so that you feel like the hips are relaxed. And when you've finished your adjustments and your little movements, let the palms fall naturally onto the legs wherever feels most comfortable. Let the eyes close down. Start. Pay a little bit of attention to your breath. In and out through the nose. Maybe noticing the expansion of the chest as you inhale. And the ribs drawing gently inwards as you exhale. And as we breathe in, maybe we can feel the back and the side of the rib cage expand a little. The ribs like a basket, opening and closing. The shoulders move a little, they glide over the rib cage as it moves, but we're not lifting the shoulders. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Let the movement come from the diaphragm, from the ribs. We have this breath in yoga, the Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. And it's like when you huff on a mirror to steam it up. It's that same noise at the back of the throat, but it's while we're breathing through the nose. It doesn't need to be super loud like the wind rushing through a cavern, just a gentle oceanic sound at the back of the throat. See if you can find that. Gently drawing in the core, maybe just 10-20% to support the lower back, support the posture. Tummy isn't really moving too much. Keeping the breath focused in the rib cage. And looking for this Ujjayi breath. One of the benefits of this breath is it gives us something to put the attention on, as well as the sensation. We have the sound. Listening to the sound of the breath can help keep the mind in the practice. Maybe now we've been breathing for a few minutes. There's a gentle lengthening, both inhale and of exhale. Maybe you'd like to add a count to your breath. If you're very experienced with breathing practices, there's no need. Maybe a count of 4 to 6 on the inhale and the exhale. Counting silently to yourself in your mind. And it's very normal to suddenly notice that our attention has gone elsewhere. When that happens, just let it go and come back. Notice, but we don't touch. It's difficult. For our gentle sound and our gentle count. Next inhale, gently and slowly draw the hands towards Anjali Mudra, towards this prayer gesture at the heart, nice and slowly. And let the fingertips touch and the thumbs, and then draw heel and palm together, leaving the hands apart. So we form this lotus-like gesture. Open the middle fingers, and it's like we're holding a goblet. And this is our lotus mudra, Padma mudra. And holding that, we're going to inhale and slowly, slowly draw this up. We're going to go nice and slow so we can find the resistances, the sticky points in the shoulders, stop and relax and find the space. The arms probably won't come fully straight. Want nice, open feeling shoulders. Maybe there's a little more length. And then we're going to exhale, we're going to draw that back down to the solar plexus, to the heart center. Now let the hands touch, going to the traditional prayer gesture. And we'll chant Om just once. We're going to slowly start find a movement practice here. I'm going to keep my hands together. Just start drawing the elbows from side to side. And then we'll start to bring the spine into this. Just to keep the sitting bones even on the ground. And then we're going to come forward, inhaling, coming forward, circling round, exhaling back, and then the other way, inhaling, and exhaling, twice more, inhaling, and exhaling. Come to the center, separate the hands, fingertips to the mat, gently roll shoulders back. The body is over the thigh, and we'll inhale forwards, just a little walk forwards here. And then the hands come out long and feel like you open, move back a bit so you can see properly. You open the shoulder here. So you still lift the chest, open the shoulders, and then push the hands down, and you might find the body relaxes a little further towards them. Push the hands down. Open the chest. Exhale. If the body reaches the leg, You might, on your exhale, let the forehead round forwards. If the body is not on the leg, keep the head supported. Or just be here. So come back in, come to the fingertips. We're going to walk in like this. Circle, inhale up, circle the hand round. And then the other one on the exhale will come round to frame the other leg. And let's change the legs over actually. Take one hand off, let's change the cross of the legs. And then it's the same deal. So we're going to open, roll the shoulders, inhale, exhale, walk fingertips forwards, flatten hands, and feel like we're pushing into the floor, and maybe that opens shoulders. Exhale, maybe we find the length of the body coming towards or onto the leg. Maybe the head comes down. And then we're gently going to walk the fingertips back in. And let's inhale, circle up and out. Fingertips behind. Exhale, lift the hips forwards. Draw the belly in. Open the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Maybe you can open the hips a little more. Exhale, bum back down. Come to toe tips. And we'll find a soft Navasana here. You could hold the legs. You could be here. You could float the toes if you wish. Extending away. And then lower towards the mat, nice and slow. Eventually we'll lay ourselves all the way down. Legs are going long. Bring the toes together, point the toes. Hover the hands off the mat, palm facing down, and roll up shoulders and head. Draw belly in. That's just shoulders and head floating, arms long. Drawing in. Exhale, lay shoulders and head down. Float the arms up above. Keep floating them back until you're stretched out as if you are going to be in a handstand, pointing your fingers. What we're looking for here is a feeling of openness across the armpit, openness across the chest. You might tuck the chin very gently and draw in the belly. So you feel the core locked on, the lumbar curve is in place, and you feel the chest open, the shoulders open, chin tucked, drawing everything up under the ribcage. And exhale, relax. Inhale, float the arms back up. Exhale, the arms back down by the sides. Take that, both of those postures once more. So pointing the toes, hover the hands, palms face down. Inhale, roll up head and shoulders. Drawing in, belly's working really hard here. And feeling like this lift up with a deep core. Hover it. And then inhale, roll shoulders and head back down. Arms float up and back behind you. Get as long as you can. Draw in the belly and the ribs, lumbar curve in place. Open the shoulders. Tuck the chin and reach as long as you can. Reach, 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 reach. Core should be working really hard here, squeezing in. And relax, soft. Nice. I'm going to do a few more core-y kind of bits. Now we'll take the hands up to the hands down. Inhale the right leg. Can be straight, be a little bit bent at the knee. And we're just going to change over. Change over. Keep drawing in the belly so the work is happening in the core and not in the lower back. You don't have to go as low. It feels like the back is starting to work too hard. We could just change here. This will be easier in the back. A few more of these. If you want to turn it up, you can again float the head and the shoulders. Some extra core. Let's keep going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head and shoulders down. Draw the knees in. Let the lower back lift up off the floor. So we're lengthening the lower back. And then maybe you can wrap the arms around and draw the forehead towards the knees. Curling up a little bit. Inhale, extend away. Lower everything down. Brief moment to starfish here. And then we're going to draw the right knee in. Draw it in firmly. You'll see both the toes actively flex back towards the knee. Drawing the right knee towards the right armpit. And then the right hand around the outside of the foot. Come to this half lunge. Half a happy baby or half a lunge on the back. And you might extend the left arm out, back of the hand down for stability. Try to relax the leg. The arm's not going to let it go anymore. And maybe as we find a bit more softness, the knee comes a little closer to the ground. Gently trying not to roll one side over, draw the sole of the left foot onto the ground. Cross right ankle over left thigh, both of the hands by the body, back of the hand down. Active right toes, drawing the core, inhale, exhale, lift up into a 1 foot bridge. Figure 4 bridge. Hold it here, try to keep the hips really level. You're sending the knee away and down. Keep lifting the hips up and through. Push down strongly through the left foot. Squeeze the glutes, draw in the belly. And gently lower down, exhale. Left foot comes up, take hold of the back of the left thigh or the left calf. Leg as straight as possible for this one, for a nice hamstring stretch here. You can reach the toes only if you can leave the upper back on the floor. Otherwise, go for the leg. We're gently drawing that leg in, trying to leave the whole back on the floor, leg straight, so we're lengthening the hamstring. So stretching out the right glute really nicely again. And gently let go. Do a little just shake of wrist, shake of ankle. Let's come to the other side. So we're taking hold of the left shin, extending away right heel, drawing that left knee in first for that stretch. So we should be feeling a nice stretch here, front of the right hip. And then we're coming to that half a lunge. So the left hand comes around the outside of the left foot. And we're looking for that softness. Back of right hand out wide for stability. See if we can open into this left hip socket. Breathe in. And we try to leave the whole upper body exactly where it is. And we slowly draw the sole of the right foot in into the ground. And then we're folding that left ankle over the right thigh. Active toes on that left foot. Backs of the hands on the mat. Inhale to engage the core. Exhale, push through the right foot. Lift up into this bigger forebridge. We're looking for these level hips, extending the knee away, drawing the glutes in and up, belly in and up, opening the left hip, strengthening everything. Pushing down through the right foot. Gently lower. Roll the spine back down. Pick up right foot. Take a hold of the back of the thigh. Walk the calf. Now we're leaving the whole back on the floor and the leg straight as possible. Nice. Gently release the leg. Let it come back down. And from here, we're going to come to roll on the spine, so draw the legs in. Maybe take a hold of the front of the shin or the back of the thigh. And start to roll up and down. Massaging this. For a variation, when you come up, try and extend the legs, draw them in, and roll. Stand, draw the knees in, roll. You can also try and open out into a plough at the back of the roll, with the toes touching down. Keep going. Do a few more of these. Simultaneously massaging the spine and building core strength. Last one. Cross the ankles and come over, and let's find all fours. A couple of bits we're going to do here. We'll start off taking this longer stance. The wrists under the shoulders, or maybe the shoulders come a little past. And as you come past the wrists with the shoulders, maybe you feel that core engagement there. Exhale, so we're taking our waving cat-cow, dropping the belly, lifting the bum. Inhale, waving forwards, pushing off the thighs, lifting the tummy. Everything draws in as we come forwards, unfurl the head. Drawing the core, exhale, wave it back. Inhale, round it forwards. Maybe there's a little lift of the knees at the front. And then exhale, take it back. 3 more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Finding a level that feels really delicious. Last one, inhaling forwards. Walk the hands forward under the step. Exhale, trying to keep the hips as much above the knees as possible, opening the chest towards the ground. So we're going to think of this openness at the armpit. Maybe the chin comes down. Maybe the forehead comes down. Maybe the chest. Keep engagement through the toes, keep drawing in the tummy. If the chin is down to come out, lower the forehead to the mat. Gently walk the hands in and walk yourself back up. stretch. Exhale, stretch round the back. Inhale, bring the chest through. And then take a few breaths just to have a wiggle and a twist, twirl. Finding any last movements through the spine that we haven't quite touched in with yet. And play with the hand position as well. So try turning the hands out for a little bit. Maybe you bring the fingers towards you. Be careful with that one, it's more intense. So try bringing the back of one hand down. That's really nice if you don't put too much weight on it. And then change to the other one. So you just bring the other wrist down, a little bit of weight there, not too much. Listen to what your wrists are saying. And then we're going to gently lower ourselves down to our bellies. Firstly, just put one hand on top of the other. Lower the forehead onto that little pillow you've made with your hands. And try to let the bum be as soft as possible and just wiggle it out. Soft, soft, soft. Nice, gentle release for the lower back there. And then we're going to tuck our toes, bring our fingers wider than our shoulders. Inhale up. Maybe the hands come down, and we're going to drop one shoulder in. Inhale back to a cobra. Exhale, drop the other. Inhale. Try to keep the arm you're bending towards straight. You can bend the other elbow. Try to bend towards a straightened arm to get a nice shoulder straight. And you can leave both of the arms straight if that feels okay. Nice. Next time you come to the middle, maybe open a little more. And exhale, lay the body back down. And watch this one carefully. We're going to do something called a Crucifix Stretch. We're going to start off belly down, arms out wide, hence the name. We're going to come over to our right side first. So the left hand comes to fingertips, elbow pointing to the sky. You gently roll onto the right side of the body. That might be enough. Maybe the left foot steps behind. Head can come down, rest on the mat. And this could be plenty enough of a stretch. Left foot stepping over the right leg, opening the right shoulder. It feels okay. You might try extending away the left leg. And the left arm might come over the top to meet the right hand at the back. It's really going to depend on how your shoulder is. The point with this one is not to come into discomfort, but find a really lovely opening feeling across the shoulder. The core of it is to roll onto that right side. I feel like the right shoulder gets a lovely stretch there. The other things are just for deepening it, if that's okay, in your body. It should feel quite yummy. Great. Let's come out of this. The first thing to do is stack the left leg on top of the right foot so the feet come together, and then gently roll back onto your tummy. That helps protect the lower back. So bring the feet together and then gently roll onto the tummy. And we'll come straight to the other side. So we'll go over to the left, head down, fingertips to the right, roll onto the left side and step that left leg over. And that's the core of this stretch. That should feel really, really nice. Extending the leg away, if it feels good. Wrapping the hands, if it feels like you're getting something good out of it. Don't force it for the sake of the shape. Right. The hands are bound, release the hands. Stack the feet. Right hand walks back out and away. Guide yourself back onto your belly. And let's come back to pillow of hands, forehead on the backs of the hands, and wobbling out the hip. Getting that lovely release there in the hips. And while we're here, there's also opportunity for our little kicks, our little hamstring strengtheners. So we'll come into a sort of a low Sphinx position. So that is forearms are down. And we lift up the just sort of chest and shoulders, the hips are down, belly's down. We should feel fairly comfortable and open here. Shoulder blades are wrapping around the body. And we're going to take either alternate kicks with the feet, or we're going to kick in both feet at the same time. We're going to just do this for about a minute. Pick a pace that's not too over the top. And try not to, you don't want the bum to be lifting up. You want the hips to stay heavy. The thighs may lift up a bit as the muscles contract. So don't think that's avoidable. We try to keep the hips glued to the mat. You might feel like you're trying to draw the hands towards you, and that might help lengthen the lower back or open the hip a bit more. Keep going for another 20 seconds. Okay, and extend the toes away, and maybe the toes lift and lengthen away. That feels okay. Maybe we float the hands as well. A little locust pose here. Open the chest, send the toes away. Maybe the arms come back behind you. You could try reaching them forward for a bit more challenge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower with control. Wobble the hips. Wobble the hips. Awesome. Okay. Come back onto our forearms. And we'll bring the left forearm in front of us, parallel with the short edge of the mat. Lengthen the left toes away. Top of the left foot pushes down. Lift up right foot. Inhale up and open. Hand finds the foot. And we're going to just be drawing the foot towards the butt. So, the thing to watch out for here, and it happens in my body all the time, the knee wants to come out to the side. So if you bring the hand around to the outside edge of the foot, you're going to find it's easier to stop the knee flying out. And if it's available, you can actually bring the palm on top of the foot for a deeper stretch there. So it could just be back here, gaze forwards, a little back bend, or we could be squashing the foot in towards the butt cheek, and we can still find this chest opener as well. Once upon a time, my foot used to come all the way down to the floor, but that was about 10 years ago. And I was young and had no muscles. Okay, let it go. Inhale it forwards, and we'll come to the other side. Right forearms out in front of you. And before we bend, make sure you extend that right leg away, and we're finding a little bit of purchase with the top of the foot there. It's helping to keep the back long. Pick up the foot, and we inhale back. Either find the outside of the foot or find the top of the foot. Breathe into it. Open the chest. Gently, gently. Let that leg re-extend. And let's roll onto the right hip. nice and long here. And we're going to just draw in the knee like that. Extend out. Then we draw the knee in. So there's a rotation of the leg bone in the socket. Knee comes towards the shoulder. Let's go. Toes are pointed for this. If you've got the energy, you can pick it up. I've just realized that we're listening to the same music on loop for the entire session. That's good, it's relaxing. Keep it going. Now we're going to try it with the straight leg. So leg turns, lift, lower, turn. Doesn't have to be totally straight. Doesn't have to come as high as mine. Try to keep the toe pointed and feel into that rotation of the leg bone. Three more. 1, 2. Last one. 3. Lower it slowly. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. And we'll do this one for the glute medius. So lift up a little bit higher if you've collapsed like I have. And we're taking the foot behind, getting a little opening here. And it's the little circles behind us there. Everything else still. Thigh bone turning in the socket, but it's keeping behind. And watch out for the toes pointing up, not the toes pointing down or neutral. Little circles, little circles. Working this glute medius. Go the other way. Nice. And let's just take that over to the other side. Swing your legs around. Get sorted here. We're starting off with the knee to the shoulder, bringing it in, sending it away. Definite clunk in my hip on this side. Keep drawing that knee towards the shoulder. Two more. 1, 2, and then we're going to come for the straight leg. Drawing it up, bit, sending it away. And let's go. Three more. 1, 2, 3. Slowly lower the last one. And going to that foot behind one, toes down, little circles. Little circles. And the other way. Okay, let that go. Let's just come back onto our all fours for a moment. And again, just a wiggle, just a little free form. Snake it up. Okay. When you finish having a wiggle, I'm going to bring the forearms down to the mat and interlace the fingers, bringing the bottom middle finger, little finger behind the next one. There's a little flat base there. Feel like the forearms are rolling out a little bit and that we're drawing the elbows in. Draw the belly in. So just this sort of very baby posture here. If you're doing it right, you should be able to feel quite a lot of work going. From here, with the toes tucked, maybe we lift the knees. Let's see if we can feel the shoulders open. As the front of the shoulder opens, my shoulders move away from my elbows, my hips move back, length. The knees are still deeply bent at this point. Now we're going to slowly straighten the legs. And we're coming into Dolphin, but with our hands interlaced instead of the forearms flat. And just hold here for a few breaths. Keep pushing the elbows down, rolling the forearms, and seeing if you can open the front of the shoulder. It should let you get longer in the back. Maybe you walk in the feet just a step. Then you gently let's lower the knees down to the mat. Walk the knees away. Walk the hands out, and again let's stretch the chest, the upper back. Forehead to the mat. Untuck the toes and bring the buttocks towards the heels. Let's get the bum down on the heels and worry about the forehead coming down later. So we can support the head on the hands. And we really lengthen out the lower back by keeping the buttocks out underwards. If the space is there, we can come down to the stacked palms, or maybe the forehead can reach the mat, but we don't want to see the buttocks lifting off the heels. So just use some support if you need some support. This is all about the lower back. Okay. Inhale, lift from the tummy, round forwards. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have our hands apart this time in the forearms down, the dolphin position. Bring the hands down to the mat. It can help to get this. It can help to use a block here. You can bring your hands in like L shapes around the block. And that can just give you a kind of a shape. But the block can be a bit narrow. I don't know, Steve, you might find that it feels like it's compressing the shoulders in a bit because I could do with a block that's a couple of inches wider and your shoulders are broader than mine. So it may not work so well for you, and that's okay. Still get the idea. Imagine there was a block between your hands in L shapes. Push down strongly the wrists, push down strongly the elbows. Feel like the elbows are going to draw together, but we're not letting them. Tuck the toes and just start in this hover position. As we're here for a few moments, you might start to feel that you can stick the bum up a little bit and draw the belly in, and that's what we want. That will help to lengthen the lower back. Keep pushing down the toes and trying to stick the bum up, trying to draw the tummy in. Let the upper chest round, let the shoulders open. So let the shoulders open, pushing the arms down so they don't move. I'm moving the shoulders away from the elbow, feeling it open at the armpit. Next exhale, let's lengthen the heels away, send the heels away, send the heels away. Legs come towards straight. Keep pushing down those wrists, pushing down those elbows. Come onto the tiptoes. Still trying to stick up the bum. Bring this long dolphin shape, legs as straight as possible. Walk in a few little steps, just a few little baby steps. Keep pushing down those arms. Should probably be a bit tired now. Left foot strong. Inhale, right leg up. Inhale it up as high as you possibly can. And draw the tummy in. And more onto the tiptoes. Oh, careful. Okay. And when you're ready, you're going to bring the right foot back down. And we're going to take a little rest. And then we're going to come to the other side. Take a few breaths in child's pose. That was strong. And we're going to come now for the left side. To just reset your arm position. Maybe give the shoulders a little wiggle there. Tap toes. We'll come straight back to the dolphin shape, straightening the legs. Tiptoes. Inhale up the left. If it's a bit much, you can bend the right knee. That will make it a bit softer. And that's okay. It's a fairly full-on shape. If you can, keep reaching the right heel away and coming as much onto the ball of the right foot as possible, reaching the left heel away and coming onto the ball of the right foot. Draw the belly in. And then let's gently lower that down. Come to sit upon the heels. No. Oh. That's a big mosquito. Okay. Give it a little shake. A little shake. That was quite strong. Roll the shoulders out a couple of times. And let's take a little release as well, because we want to build muscle, not strain muscle. So we'll send the arm away and we'll draw the shoulder across like this. Notice the fingers are quite active. The shoulders we're trying to draw down. I went down into a bit of forest I found this morning. Getting really excited with my camera to change sides. And it was like quite a wild bit. Obviously no one really goes down the back of. Anyway, it doesn't really matter where it was. It was wild. I'm like, oh, what am I going to find down here? And I looked down and I've just become a mosquito buffet. And they were just like queuing up. It was, yeah. If you're going to go jungle exploring, bring the DEET. Here's the moral of the story. Okay, let that go, shake it out. Float up the right arm and let the hand drop between shoulder blades. Left arm cups on top, and we're just going to help guide that arm up and over and between the shoulder blades. You see that what's happened here is I've bowed out the rib cage, try to draw back in the core and ribs. Open the heart. Breathe between the shoulder blades. And then gently release that. Take it to the other side. Left hand up. Hold it in. Right hand on top. Reset ribs. And draw it. Reset ribs if you need to. Maybe your ribs don't pop. Okay, you want to feel like you're breathing into the hands resting between the shoulder blades. Whether you're at least trying to. And this might help you feel a bit of openness. And we're going to have an option for a bit of a wall play here, so we're sort of built up for that. It's absolutely an option. If you don't want to come upside down or you don't want to try this, you could take a shoulder stand or you could take a supported back bend and bring a block under the sacrum, perhaps play with extending away a leg or two. And so you could bring the knees in. Or take any other posture that you want. Now, if you want to come and play at the wall, bring my mat over here. Oh, and Ant has taken a blow here. Oh dear. We're going to do Dolphin at the wall. So it's the same shape we've already done, but we're going to walk our feet up the wall. So you could bring the hands together if that feels better for you. Ideally, we'll take the forearms down stance. Now, it's really hard, as we've found out in previous classes, to judge the distance. So I think the best thing is to take a step up, and I can feel that my legs are not flat. So I'm going to walk them down a bit and open the heart. So ideally, the body is pretty much upright. And honestly, a mirror for your screen, if you can see yourself on a screen, is extremely useful. I'm going to walk myself in just a little bit. You want to get used to the idea of the weight being in a line, the hip above the shoulder, above the elbow, so that the body is used to that. So walk myself back a bit. I'm going to come up onto the wall again. Same as before, squeezing elbows together, pushing wrists down, drawing tummy in, and trying to stick the bum out. And we can maybe come to the tiptoes to bring the weight further forward. Head comes through, so we're looking straight down at the ground. Opening those shoulders, sending shoulders away, pushing forearms down, shoulders back, bum up, tummy in. And let's hold. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk yourself down. And we'll sit on the heels again. Just let the blood pressure readjust. Take a couple of relaxing breaths. Make you feel okay. If it feels a bit like the head is kind of pumping a little bit, you might be done with inversion practices for the day. It can get a bit too much blood up in the head sometimes. Otherwise, we're going to try one more variation. Same deal, but we're going to pick the foot up again, just like we did on the mat. We're going to try picking up one foot and then the other. So I'll try not to leave you up there for too long. If you need to come down at any point, come down, listen to your body. There's always next week, you know? Okay. Let's have a go. Take your position. So I think I'm starting here. I've actually got my heels on the wall. That's a pretty good going. Step up, find your dolphin. Now, hopefully we're going to, when we lift the leg, we can get the heel all the way above the hip. So we're going to start with the right leg. Inhale, keep opening those shoulders and the legs coming up. So we're in a nice stacked line. And again, if you can't see yourself right now, if you haven't got a mirror, practice this in your own time and film it, because it's really hard to tell about form if you can't see. So another 5, 4, push the arms down, 2, 1, bring that right foot back in. And let's come straight to the other side. Inhale, left foot up and away. Reach. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it down if you haven't already. Sit on your heels. Shake it out. Well done. Really good. Big holds. Okay, let's roll the shoulders up. It's definitely enough shoulders for one day. Probably for the next 2 or 3 days. It's okay, they'll get strong. Okay. Let's come back to our home position, as it were. So we've done, as I said, we've done a lot of upper body. It's enough upper body. So let's look a little bit at our hips. Come to stand, slightly wider stance. Toes are just pointing out a little bit, and we're just doing little steps here. Letting the body settle down here. And like the sumo wrestler, we'll start to come up a little bit more. So as we lift, tummy draws in to give us the lift. I'm going to slowly get the feet coming out a bit wider. And keep drawing in the tummy to protect the lower back. Maybe bring the hands in, make it a bit more expressive. Have a little bit of fun with it. I don't think there's any particular right way, as long as it's feeling good. Now, here's a little bit of fun with this. You bring the foot in and tap it as you come up. Lifting up. It's like some sort of little dance here. Now you can bring the foot outside, a little cross. Nice. Back to the middle. And like this. We're going to come a little lower now. I'm going to try and stay fairly upright at the moment. Come a little wider. We're avoiding hunching over. A little bit wider. And now we're just bouncing. A little bounce. Keep feeling like you're lifting here. And with the arms. Reach, reach. Draw in as you straighten. Draw in. Nice. Hands forwards. I'm going to lower down as low as we can. Squeeze in the buttocks. Push down the feet. And we're going to hold. I did an intense practice this morning and my thighs are already burning. Been here about 10 seconds. Very nice low squat there, Steve. That's fucking banging. Look at that. Right. Here for another 30 seconds. Feel like you're sliding the feet away, drawing the bum under. That should give you a little bit more. And I'm going to slowly straighten up. Draw the toes in, widen the stance a little bit, belly in, bum back, long spine. Bring the fingertips down. We're going to just work down into our forward fold a little. But we're still thinking about what we've learned earlier, opening up here. So bring the palms down. Let the palms stay fairly static. And keep sending the buttocks backwards and feeling like the shoulders are opening here. And this is going to help us develop the long spine and the pelvic mobility. Push down the whole surface of the foot. And now walk the hands back, either to the feet or between the legs, away from you, behind you. And maybe you can use this to find a little more depth. Not forcing it. Let the head be heavy. Find the fingertips on the mat again and inhale for a half lift. Going to come over to the left, bend the left knee, turn up the right toes, Skandasana. Inhale to the center, exhale, Skandasana to the right. So it could be deeper than this if you're ready. Inhale, exhale to the left. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. Use your hands for support or float, up to you. Through the middle, once more each side. Reach forwards. Inhale, center, exhale, right, reach. Inhale, back to the middle, or lift up. Inhale, back up to standing. Pop the feet together. Nice. Okay. Well, we haven't really done any standing postures. Let's leave it that way. I think let's play a little bit with our side crow, because we were working on that last week, right? So let's just go into a squat. Squatting on the toes. Slowly lower down. Slowly lower down. Heels up. And we'll just play with this twist. This might be in. Kind of like that. Bringing one knee down and the other. That's pretty cool. But yeah, let's bring the thighs parallel. We'll just twist the upper body, yeah? Knees are very close together. Just twisting the upper body. So you twist to the right, hook it, open the arms. Left hand down. Right hand down. We're ready. Lift the bum. Lift the bum. Lean, 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 lean. Float. Fly. Which one of us is beeping? Come out. Me. It's you. All good. Okay. Shake it out. Shake it out. Have another go. And it's the heart center. Twisting again. Twisting. And then to the other side. I think I said right and went left. Open up to your other side. We start off the fingertips are reversed. Opening the chest. Float down. Other hand. Round it. And turn this hand around. And that should be a really nice position there. Lift the bum. Plant the leg on the elbows. Stare evils at the mosquitoes. Nearly. Okay. Let's come back to our start position one more time. There is another entry. We can have a go at the other entry as well. Absolutely. Take your lunge. So yeah, the other one is from the lunge. I think the best angle to demo this from is, let's say with the right foot forwards. Usually you start with a knee up lunge, and it's quite a long lunge. And it's the same sort of deal of opening the arms. And yeah, the knee can drop down. I think that is the harder entry, I think, yeah, because you have to sort of open more. Either way, it's yeah. No, the other one is hard. I'm just sure. Yeah. Let's come back to here again. Just heels up squat, knees together-ish. And I think this is actually the most important thing, because you need to be able to get the elbow far enough over. I think that's where the more it can come over, the easier it will be. And when you lift up, you lift the bum, And you see my bum's going backwards a little bit so it can reach the back elbow. Yeah, but it's that twisting action. It just looks to me like the legs haven't come high up enough for you still on that one. Yeah, I mean yours is going quite well. Your wrist is tired now, isn't it? Easy on the wrists. It sucks so much when you have a wrist injury because you just can't do anything for ages. So easy on those. Yeah, that's pretty much it there. That's pretty much it. I think it will come when there's not any need to keep up, and you just settle it. Because you see, when I go into it, I don't lift up. I just lean into it. Because that's sort of what's happening as you're kicking in and you're falling off. That looks good. Head forwards, head forwards, head forwards, head forwards. There it is. There it is. That's it. Awesome sauce. All right, last one. Last one. That's it. That's it. Being able to come to the head on the floor is absolutely one of the stations on the way to nailing it every time, because it means you've got the confidence to go over. Okay. All right, awesome session. Let's bring it down now. We're coming to the end. This seems like a really nice place to just do a few little stretches from. So coming towards a double pigeon, it could be a bit more relaxed. We could bang a block in there for a bit of comfort. Extend this leg away. Anything that's happy, can we silence that? Would be great. It's not going to be so awesome for Shavasana. I'm finding some kind of flavor of stacking the legs. Inhale up those arms. And again, we do this all day. Open up those shoulders. It's a little bit of a bend, supported by an engaged tummy. Exhale. Arrive onto the front of the hips, reaching, using the core a lot now. And then let the hands come down, let the fingertips come down. So we're still open the chest, we're not collapsed, still open the chest. And walk the fingertips forwards, and maybe the ribs will find the legs. And you can just keep coming deeper and deeper as and when the body allows. Elbows can come down. Head could find a block. And that's a really nice alignment there. Long spine, open neck, supported head. And of course, there's always options to come via you. Just get the feeling of the head being heavy. And we're going to come out of it. So gently lift the head. Support yourself with the hands. Walk it in, drawing up. Restacking the spine. Switch the legs. So you're going to set, that's one way to come into it. So you fold the ankle down, fold the other one. May help you. Same dealio. Float those hands up. Open the chest. Draw the belly in. So this is the last little bit of core exercise. Reaching the spine out of the pelvis, controlling this fold. Reach. Fingertips down as and when you need to. Draw them back. Open the chest. Maybe the elbows come down. If the elbows and the forearms do come down, you feel like you're drawing them towards you. And then add the head on the block as and when you're ready. Maybe a little sigh out the mouth. We're going to pick ourselves up, inhale, round up, walk hands into support. We'll take a little twist here, extend left leg away, step the right foot over, inhale left arm, exhale wrap, inhale the right arm back up, open, twist to the back. Make sure the extended leg, the toes are still active, reaching back towards the knee, and draw in and up and open. Full and proud spine, with a certain softness as well. Inhale gently back to center. A little counter twist to the other side. Bend the elbows. And straight over to the other side. Switch the legs. Right arm up. Exhale, right arm wraps. Inhale, circle left arm back, fingertips down. Open it up. You want to take a half bind with that left arm. Maybe it wraps around and finds the top of the right thigh. Totally optional then. Release the bind if you have it. Inhale, center, exhale, counter twist to the root. Now back up. Fingers face away from you, behind you. Drum the calves. Drum the calves on the floor. Plant the feet. Inhale, push the hips up and through. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, bum comes down towards the heels. We're going to extend ourselves down onto the back. Draw those knees in. And let's take a little rock from side to side, rolling across the whole back body. Massaging out, especially along the top of the pelvis, on the shoulders. So you can maybe widen the knees a bit, and that might help get into the shoulders a bit more. So we did a lot of work with the shoulders. And then let that come to stillness. And we'll finish with happy baby. So finding a grip around the big toes, or the outside of the feet, or the ankles. We want to have the shins upright and broadly parallel, and the lower back resting down on them. The whole back is on the mat, and the stretch is happening in the hip socket. If we can, we let the leg be so heavy it would just fall away, and the arms resist the collapse of the leg. Over time, this will soften the hip socket, or rather, all the myriad muscles that wrap around the top of the thigh. Gently draw the soles of the feet together. Lower the feet to the floor. Any last little movements you want to make, you might want to rock across the hips once or twice more. And we're going to find our way down to our Shavasana. Making sure you're going to be palm feet. You might want to have the soles of the feet on the floor if the lower back's a bit sensitive. And you might want to play with having on a blindfold, and that could be improvised from a top or a little towel. And over the next few breaths, finding your way to a comfortable resting posture. Backs of the hands are resting on the mat. Letting the eyes close. Noticing where the body's meeting the mat, meeting the earth. And seeing if we can relax into that. Letting our weight settle onto the support of the earth. Releasing any control of the breath. Any need to be anything or do anything. Maybe you notice the movement of the body against the clothes. The mind has gone off into some story or other. Just try to let that go and come back to watching the breath. Letting the body do what it needs to do. Absorbing the practice. Mind easy. Gently, gently draw the left hand to the heart, the right hand to the tummy, and let the hands softly rest on the body. Really feeling your warmth through your clothes. Feeling the gentle rise and fall of the ribs and the tummy with the breath. Very, very gently, we're going to come back to the body. So let the hands fall back to the mat and start to bring a gentle movement to the toes, to the fingers. And maybe that movement rises up to wrists and ankles, circling hands, circling feet. And with an inhale, let's stretch and let's get very long, reaching fingertips and toes away from each other. And exhale and soften down. When you're ready, let's roll onto one side. We take our time. We're moving really nice and slowly. Choosing to move slowly, indulging. Rolling onto one side and pausing, resting. This last moment of inactivity. And then we'll inhale, drawing ourselves up to a seat, turning to where we began. So many bugs tonight. Bring our hands to heart center. Soften the shoulders. Lengthen the back of the neck. Okaha Samasta Sukhinu Bhavantu. Blessings and good things to all beings. Suksma, thank you for your attention.